In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use clipping masks when you use an adjustment layer. So we've talked about how you can have things on different layers. On this layer, we have the speakers. On this layer, we have the dog. And we have things on different layers. And we've also talked before about adjustment layers. This half black, half white cookie down here, when we click on it, we have all these different options for things that we can do to adjust our layers. So if I choose to add an adjustment layer, something like hue and saturation, above all the other layers, it will affect all the layers below. So if I go to hue and saturation, turn my saturation up, change my hue to make everything weird colors, you can see that it is affecting the speakers and the party hat and the disco ball and the top hat and the dog and the bowler hat and everything underneath, right? Because it's on top and all the other layers are underneath. If we drag it down to here, we can see it's still affecting the bowler hat and the moose and the tiger and the pool, but it is not affecting the dog. It is not affecting the top hat. It's not affecting the disco ball. It's not affecting the party hat or the speakers. Here's the party hat. Because those are all above the adjustment layer. So that's very helpful to know that an adjustment layer will affect all the layers underneath. However, what if we want an adjustment layer to just affect one of these many layers that we have? If you want to do that, if we want something to affect just the dog layer, the first step to do is to click on the layer that you want to affect. So in this case, the dog, and then go down to the adjustment layers, pick whatever it is that you want to do. Let's do hue and saturation again. And as you will see, at first, it will affect all the layers underneath. But if this hue and saturation is right above the dog layer, I can right-click on the hue and saturation layer, on the adjustment layer, and choose Create Clipping Mask. And now, if you look very close, you can see there's a little arrow that points down to the dog layer. So it's basically saying this adjustment layer is only affecting the layer directly underneath. So it is only affecting the dog. And if I turn off that adjustment layer, the dog is there just as normal. So again, let's go through this again. Let's say I want to make the tiger black and white, but nothing else black and white. I click on the tiger layer. That's my first step. I choose black and white as an adjustment layer. Right now, it is affecting the pool as well because it's underneath it. But to make black and white affect just the tiger, I right-click on the black and white layer and choose Create Clipping Mask. And now you can see just the tiger is black and white because black and white has a little arrow pointing towards the tiger, and so that's the only layer that's being affected by that adjustment layer. It's called a clipping mask. If you have any questions, please let me know. That's what I'm here for.